This has been an Evening Experience production. This video was shot by KDK Photography.
Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. I'm here with the one and only Ray John.
What up, man? How you doing? Mac 357?
Mac 357.
That's what's up. That's what's
It's an honor to meet you. I've been watching you for years on Video Music Box. I know you have Laughaholics TV show.
Yes.
What made you transition from, steady doing the video, if you want to say messaging on TV, to comedy?
It's a real simple answer. First of all, I always had a sense of humor, always loved to laugh.
Okay.
Secondly, I respect and honor VJ Ralph McDaniels. And my thing is, being loyal to him and him giving me an opportunity, I did not want to go in the same lane as him and compete with him. So, since I've always had a sense of humor and he gave me a space to have a name in the city, I said, well, let me take advantage of the celebrity that I'm getting from the show and use it for comedy shows. So I started doing the comedy shows here and there on a smaller level, but because people knew me from Ralph's show, they came out, but there was no conflict with Video Music Box and my thing. So Ralph would bless me and support me because we were in two different lanes. So I wanted to respect the person that gave me that opportunity in entertainment, and he set up a way for me to do what I'm doing now. So I still do the show. He calls me back once in a while to do classic interviews, Wu-Tang, Little Kim, stuff like that. But the show still goes on, 35 years, still, moving.
Rocking.
So you only get a moment. Whether it's Video Music Box, whether it's MTV, where Ed Lover was, whatever it is, you get a moment, and once you seize in that moment, you take advantage of it and you create something that can live from that. Because at some point, you're gonna get older. At some point, you need to do something else. So this was a safe zone for me. People always wanna laugh. There's no age limit. Whether you're young, whether you're older, it's never ending. Just like we gotta take a shit every day, we gotta laugh every day.
All right. With that being the case, not only, and you just said, in New York, I would say around the country, people know you and know your name, not just for comedy, because now you go to a lot of different circuits, but also for the fact that Video Music Box was a staple for so many people across these United States.
It still is. Ralph McDaniels' Video Music Box, they won Billboard's regional video show, came in first place like maybe 15 times. So although it started off as a local phenomenon, and by the way, the term, the catchphrase, I want to make a shout out, was originated in 1983 from Ralph McDaniels on Video Music Box. Now it's a staple worldwide. People are always saying shout out. And so it started to spread across the country. Consequently, I've developed relationships with old school hip hop artists, old school R&B artists.
Yes.
I get hired to do concerts with them. I tour with them as well. So there's still work in that. And again, the music never dies. So I'm always working, man. And again, I always give praise and honor to Ralph McDaniels for giving me an opportunity. You know how hard it is to get a VJ job in the city at the time. There might have been only 5 spaces available, just like radio.
Wait, let me look at the camera. Yes, yeah. I do know.
Yeah, it's so hard, man. Like radio too. Like, shit, you got 20 people on radio in New York.
That's right.
But there's a million people trying to get those jobs. So I know how valuable it was for me, for Ralph to give me that shot.
Well, so Laughaholics TV show, tell us about it, because you're creating once again another lane for yourself that has sparked like you said, the respect from the comedians who have been out in the world, who've done a lot of things, and you get a lot of famous comedians that work with you on your actual circuit. So tell me about that.
Well, one of the benefits I've had since I started comedy shows 25 years ago, everybody from Kevin Hart, J.B. Smoove, Mike Epps, Tracy Morgan, Russell Peters, the list goes on. They started on my platforms. I'm only a contributor. I'm not the answer to their careers, but I did create a platform for them to practice and work out jokes and then consequently become famous. And they remember that. So these relationships run deep. So now that I'm mainstream and I'm bringing it to theater level, when I call these guys, they're receptive because we got history. And so Laughaholics is designed, the name of it is because I was a drug addict and I got clean in 1984. So alcoholism, drug addiction, alcoholics. I'm like, you know what? Let me create a platform for people to become addicted to laughter, whereby I call it Laughaholics. So at a lot of my shows, I challenge people, hey, I want to challenge you to become a Laughaholic today. You can't lose no money. It's not gonna mess up your health. It's not gonna break up your family. What it is gonna do is it's gonna accentuate and complement and support your life, even if it's momentary. It's one of the things that's required in your life when you're dealing with all this everyday bullshit that we got to deal with.
All I'm gonna say is I'm talking to a legend in the game, someone incredible that has an incredible platform, who's been an idol to me because I've seen you when you first started on Video Music Box. I'm a fan, and I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to have an opportunity with us.
Thanks for covering the show tonight. I know you got some great highlights, and shout out to Coco Brown. She's another one that our history runs deep when she first started coming out of D.C., working the stages in New York, man. So shout to her. All the comedians on the show tonight, Payne, Shawn Hinton, Coco Brown, Timmy Hall, and, of course, the gangster Comedy Capone.
Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. Once again, we out. Let's do it. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. This is the one and only Payne.
What's going on, people? How you doing?
How have you been, sir?
Awesome. I've been awesome. I can't complain about a damn thing.
Once again, we all know you were on Martin. Mm-hmm. You were on the Cosby Show. You've been part of stage and a lot of plays and different other things. How you doing? What's going on?
Like I said, life's a blessing. Life is a gift, and I'm living in the present of it. It is amazing. I've been on the road touring and tearing up these stages, doing stand-up. I'm preparing for a special. I have 2 new shows coming out this year in 2020. Let's just say Nickelodeon. I can't say anything else right now. I'm not. I wasn't even supposed to. I wasn't even supposed to give you that much.
All right.
So if you love me, don't put it out until you hear about it.
Okay.
Or just when you edit it, when I say the name, go.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
The next part is. So if you had something to tell young comedians, because we're currently at a comedy show, what would be the jewel that you would drop on them?
Kill yourself. Let me see. What would be the jewel? Be fearless. Be fearless. Commit and be fearless. That's it.
And those who want to be actors, what would that jewel be?
Be fearless and commit. Protect your neck and be humble.
All right. So I just wanted to get a few jewels from the jewel himself.
Think about what I'm saying. The people who you love the most, the people who you admire and aspire to be are fearless, and they commit to every single joke, every single character. They engulf themselves in it. So if you're not listening, then you're missing it.
Oh, facts.
The second part of that was be humble, because this is a very humbling business. And, you should definitely keep a humbling spirit about you and protect your neck. It's very hard to do both at the same time.
All right. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the one and only Payne.
In the background.
Yes. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Take care. Peace. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It's going down right now. I'm with the one and only Timmy Hall.
How y'all doing, man? Timmy Hall, Baltimore, Maryland, a.k.a. the comic cop.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's because you're a cop.
Yes. Don't nobody lie about that. Everybody always ask me the stupidest question. You really a cop? Who lies about being a cop?
Well, that's like the DJ. He also is a lieutenant and for the police force out here in New York, and people don't really know that he DJs until he gets up on the ones and twos and tears it up.
Same to me. They don't know my comic till I get on stage and they like, wow, I can't believe a cop in the comic. Yeah, well, I gotta make some money. Man, I don't pay that much.
What was the process that you wanted to be in law enforcement as well as that you wanted to be a comic?
Well, I never really wanted to be in law enforcement in the first place. What happened was I was actually, I was out there on the streets, and I got kind of pushed into it by my god brother helped me out, and so he got me off the streets, and then he got me into law enforcement so I could stay off the streets. And I realized
That's a good man.
yeah, the drug dealers don't pay a pension.
Amen to that. Well, you know what? Sometimes the best cops are the ones that facilitate to be ones who happen to used to be criminals.
That's true. That's true, because we can relate to a lot of stuff. We can see a lot of stuff other cops can't see.
Okay, so now, what made you turn your life around and now you want to put it on stage and tell jokes?
I never did. I actually just wanted to be a writer. I'm a creative writer. I write, write movies. I write sitcoms. I just wanted to be a writer. I used to write comedy for a friend of mine, and I decided that, maybe I should try it myself.
Okay.
And they can't. And then, as the I know, I just kept getting funnier and funnier, and decided, hey, you stop putting the money in everybody else's hand.
Okay. Is there an end goal for you? Is there something that you really want to do, like be not only just a headliner, but have a sitcom or something of that nature?
Yeah, I don't want to act in it though. I really want to be a writer. That's my biggest thing, is to be a writer. You get a certain age, man. You really don't care about the stardom. You care about the legacy that you leave. And I want to be a writer. It's something that people can remember.
I say to my audience often, I don't want to be famous. I want to be infamous. I want to be known for something. But I respect that. What do you have coming up in 2020?
2020 is a big year for me. I got a lot of stuff coming. I'm on tour with Ray Dijon, with a lot of stuff with his stuff. I got my own tour called the Wasn't That Funny Comedy Tour that we taking all around the country. We had a good run this year, so we just revamping it and doing it again this year. And hopefully this year I'm going to take something that I write and have it produced.
Okay. So you got great stuff to look forward to. This is the one and only Timmy Hall from Baltimore. He's also a police officer, so don't get arrested by not laughing. All right, hook that up. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. And tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
You find me on social media at Facebook at Comic Cop, also on Instagram and Twitter, Comic Cop as well.
We'll look forward to what's coming in the future. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Peace. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. I'm here with the one and only John Hinton. You might know him from Living Single. You might know him from a lot of comedy stages.
I was on the Hughley. Yeah, the Hughley Millsap. I was on. I did a couple shows. I did some other stuff. No, you were talking about some other stuff. I'm just saying. Just list my credit. Just come on here, half stepping and stuff. And this is technical voice here. He sounds totally different. We was talking. He was sitting there. He sounds just like regular dude in the street. But he get that microphone and then it's hey, it's showtime. But go on, do your little thing.
Okay. I appreciate you. How is it being a part of this incredible show that's happening tonight?
Oh, this is awesome, man. It's like the last show of the year for me because I'm not working New Year. So I get a chance to work with Carl Payne. It's like I've been knowing him forever. Capone, I've known of him, but I've never done a show. And Ray Dijon has kept me going. These are guys that are he books a lot of stuff around the area. So I get a chance to come. This is like my favorite city. I love New York. I love Brooklyn. I love and just being up here, the energy. And just to be up here associated with a show with all these funny people on there. Coco, oh, come on, man. I hadn't seen her in about 3 years. I always run into her in New York City. So, yeah, this is awesome.
What has been the most illustrious part of your career?
Oh, gosh, so many things. Working and living single with those beautiful women, that's number one. Getting the chance to meet a lot of different people. I got a chance to meet actors, sports figures. We had guest stars on the show. Jim Brown was on the show. Kareem Abdul. People that I idolize. Who?
Dwight Myers, also known as Heavy D.
Heavy D, man. The Hevster. Man, Hevster came on the show.
And he was so cool. He had brought his Mercedes Benz out from Mount Money Earning Mount Vernon. It was a white Mercedes Benz. I said, man, that's a badass ride. He said, you want to drive it? I took it home. I'm driving around. This was the first year of the show, brother. I had an '84 Honda Accord. And I'm driving the Hefsters. Oh, man, that was a cool brother, man. I miss him to this day, man. But I learned a lot from him, and he was very humble, and that was my cat there. So, getting a chance to meet those people and being in an environment with them, awesome.
So if you had to impart something to up-and-coming comics or people of today, what would it be?
It's the thing I tell everybody, just be funny, and the rest of it takes care of itself. Because there ain't no funny cats sitting at home. All the funny cats, they out here making money. So you be funny, the rest of I don't know why, well, you ain't funny enough. It's that simple. But when you funny, when you going out there and them people is giving you standing ovations, and they cracking, they high-fiving you after the show, you gonna work. It's only the unfunny ones that had a problem. That's what I found in my studies. And I've done the research. It's what I do. I studied. See, you laughing, but I do. See, she laughing too. See, everybody y'all think I'm, all right, that's fine. Y'all just treat me any old kind of way. I come do your little interview. And that's how y'all do.
Oh, my goodness. And like I said, you don't seem to understand. I've been watching him for years on many different stages, many different shows. Incredibly funny, but one of the most humblest dudes that I've seen in every interview in every part of life. So I want to say, is there's something that's coming up in the new year that you're getting ready to do that you can let us know about?
Nothing. I'm just booked doing stand-up. That's my passion. That's where I started. I'm doing that. Somebody called to do some more TV or some movies or something. I'll be there. But the bottom line is I'll be funny. I'll be on the stage. They're gonna catch me somewhere on the stage making some people laugh, and that's how it happened last time. So let's do it again. I'm available. You see, my schedule is open. Come holler at a brother. But I'm good.
All right. Where can they find you on social media?
I'm on the Book of Faces. I'm on, look, I'm old, man. I got my own, the Book of Faces. Shut up. You know what? I'm about sick of you. That's enough of this interview. I'm on the Book of Faces. I'm on Twitter and the Instagram. The IG is, yeah, that's it.
What is the Instagram, if you don't mind telling?
What is it? It's John Hinton. You can find it there.
Okay.
Yeah, look for it there.
All right.
Look for John Hinton. Who else they gonna look for? Are they looking for me? No, they just look for me.
Okay.
Look for me. If you see, you know what? I'm about sick of you.
All right.
Are we done? It's a big bag of bull. What? All right, come on.
Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. This is the one and only John Hinton. I have had a great time with this man, and be on the lookout for his greatness. Let's go.
How about that?
All right. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show. I'm with the one and only Eric Shawn, the Soul Korean.
Mac 246. What's going on, man?
That's right. So you're out here and you open up for Coco Brown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've had the pleasure and honor for Coco to take me out on the road. I'm getting into better clubs. No dive bars. No, free chicken wings is what we're paying you.
All right.
We're going to Funny Bones. We're going to Improvs. We're going to the Comedy Zones. And, you can't ask for anyone, any A-list headliner like Coco, man. It's such a blessing. I don't take it for granted. She could not call me the next time, and I'll know I've messed up. But luckily so, it's not the case.
Okay. So, Eric, how long have you been in comedy?
Well, I started on an active duty Air Force, so this was back in '07. I mean, I'm a road dog, but I haven't been in like a major market. I was in Washington, D.C., and I was still doing full-time jobs. So I had a lot of full-time jobs, and I was squeezing comedy in. And 2020 is my year to, go maybe part-time jobs. Just still got to pay the bills, but then, step on this gas of acting and comedy more.
Wow. So with that being the case, and I want to say appreciate your service. You've been in the military. Where did you come up with the name, the Soul Korean?
Man, I was, I have a lot in common. More of the struggles of, the black community. Because I was bought by white people, too, through adoption. So that right there, I tell people right off the bat. So I'm from South Seoul, Korea, somewhere close.
Yeah, I got.
But I have a lot of soul, you know.
all right,
I'm
right.
always the one bringing home the sisters to my white mom and dad who adopted me. So trying to integrate them. It's a slow process, but it's not. We're a Make America Great house, and I'm trying to bring them on board, man, to the great culture that I know. I know.
Eric Shawn is really a comedian because I'm laughing. That's funny. So if you had to impart something to up and coming comic, what would that be?
Oh, there's nothing better than stage time. I mean, it's cliche. You got to get on stage no matter what. Even if it's like a karaoke night, you go ahead and say, hey, surprise, guys, I'm going to tell some jokes. Is that okay? Because you need feedback from strangers, not from your friends, not from your classmates, not from coworkers. Got to get out there in front of strangers as often as you can. You've got to at least get your audio of every set. All they need is 5 minutes. You don't have to shoot for the stars. All you need is a good 5 minutes to start off with. And, take it from there. Baby steps. Don't try to rush into, headlining. But, hey, by all means, if you have a smartphone, you can be like the Instagram guys and Facebook guys, and you can record yourself doing funny skits. If you have a following like those guys do, they're comedians also, Maybe not as stand-ups yet, but they're still making the world laugh. And the more the merrier in my case. If you can make the world laugh, please do it.
Wow, that's a big jewel from Eric Shawn. I appreciate the fact that you are one for dropping those jewels for people who are coming behind you. Next question is, what's the next big thing for Eric Shawn?
I'm still tasting the flavor of what I did. I was on the Zeus Network in 2019 with this reality star named B. Simone. So she's a big deal, and I was on a dating show that I was so honored to get chosen by her team to be on the dating show. And I was a character named Beauty Supply, and I was the very first contestant kicked off the dating show. But it was a blast. I'm still riding that wave, My buddy Timmy Hall from Baltimore, he's not on the show, but he's on this show on stage, man. He's a beast of a comic. But I'm still trying to capitalize off of the YouTube fame of just being on a hit show with, 10 million views with B. Simone, and I'm loving that. So I appreciate all the blessings of her, Coco Brown. The women have been looking after me. The male comedians, not so much, but I'm a ladies' boy.
All right, once again, this is Eric Shawn. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Hey, I have a website. If you're a professional comic and you want to be seen as one, you got to put a website up there because, Instagram could be bought by the Russians tomorrow. And then what you going to do? So I am TheSoul Korean, KOREAN, thesoulkorean.com. And then those are links to my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, my MySpace. And, you always have your own brand, The Soul Korean, and a website so that you look professional. You can have headshots. You can have your demo reel. You just want to, play the position, right? You want to play the position that you want, not the position that you have.
All right. That's the Soul Korean, Eric Shawn. Once again, it's Warmac 357. It's the Evening Experience radio show. And I want to say big kudos to you and keep up the great work.
Can't wait to come to the studio.
All right.
Or call in.
Yeah, we definitely can do a in-studio interview, and we'll be looking forward to that. Once again, I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Once again, it's Warmac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down, and sitting to my right is the lovely, the incomparable, the incredible Coco Brown.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yes, now this is funny, folks. Well, she's going to do the funny later, but we're going to do the funny now. What's funny was she was on the show yesterday as a call-in. So now this is the weird part. Now you're getting to see her live sitting next to me. So this is the incredible part that I tell people about all the time. Dreams do come true. Yes, the incredible, like I said, beautiful, incomparable Miss Coco Brown's in the building.
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm glad you guys can make it.
So you're part of this comedy show. It says the second annual. Were you part of the first one?
No, it was part of the first one, but I've worked with all of these guys numerous times, so it's like a big old reunion.
Okay. Shout out to all the people that are on the lineup. Mr. Hinton. We have Timmy Hall. We have Mr. Payne. We have a few different people that are in the building. Ray DeJean, of course, if you don't know, Video Music Box, Laughaholics TV show. Yes, Capone, the New York Kings of Comedy.
Yes.
What does it mean to be a part of something like this?
It's great. I mean, a lot of us have come up in the game together. We've known each other a while. John Hinton and Carl Payne, I grew up watching, Living Single and The Cosby Show and Martin. So to be working with legends, to be working with your comrades, your brothers in the game who you've come up with and shared stages with, it's like it's one big reunion, but it's also a great learning experience. I just had the greatest conversation with John Hinton in the car on the way here, asking him about his career and everything. And I love it when, people that I look up to are so open and forthcoming with, their stories and their, information. And it teaches me that there's so much more that I could be doing, and I'm looking forward to the future, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be around such great people.
Well, not even just a blessing, because it's a blessing sitting here next to you. You've been not only doing comedy for, if I'm not mistaken, 23 years. Not only that, but the process is you've also been in movies, and you've done so much on screen and on stage. What drives you to keep going?
It used to be my own passion and my own want to succeed and be someone that's revered and respected in this business. But now it's all about my son. It's making sure that I leave a legacy for him.
That is beautiful. And I wanted to highlight that she's an incredible mom. Coco Mama is what she has as her Instagram. Well, what the funny part is that, she talks about being a mom. And if you watched the interview yesterday, if you didn't watch, I suggest you go back. Don't make me come through that screen. All right. But I want y'all to understand that you're talking about someone who is putting her son first and making sure that she leaves something for him as far as her legacy and different things that she's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, he's my world, even though my marriage didn't work out, I always say he was the best parting gift that man could have gave me, and he motivates me. He encourages me. He loves me unconditionally. And I do this all for him. When mommy goes to work, it's always, mommy got to go make the money to get your toys. And he's like, go make the money, mommy, but
I'll be with him. Mom, go ahead, hook it up. But the other part that is for me is, I will say this, brother, you messed up. Just to let you know. But the other part is the fact that you're willing to go, above and beyond. I love the fact of that because I grew up in a single parent household. So for me, I understand where you're coming from, because my mom made sure that we were taken care of. And you're a blessing to him. You're a blessing to this world, and you're a blessing to this camera because we appreciate you. Like I said, you'll see my ugly mug every week, so don't worry about it. But I am so glad to have had this opportunity to talk to you. Is there anything we got to look forward to coming up that is not out yet that you're getting ready to do?
Yeah, January is going to be a crazy month for me, but a blessed month. I'm actually starting off the new year working at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone with my boy Eric Shawn, who's in the corner right now, the Soul Korean. But also after that, I head to LA to shoot season 4 of 911 on Fox with Angela Bassett. So I'm super excited about that. When I get back from that, I'll be shooting 2 movies back to back. I'm super excited about that. One is called The Harvest, and the other one is called I Wish I Never Met You. One of them is directed and written and produced by Zane, if you know Zane, Sex Chronicles and all that.
Yes.
So y'all about to see me in a whole different light. Yeah. Thank God for airbrush and Photoshop. And then I'm doing a play called Head Over Heels with a great playwright named Lolita Snipes, which will be debuting in Atlanta Valentine's Day weekend at the Riverside Epicenter. And in between all of that, her sister's still going to be touring. So.
Wow. All I'm going to say is forget about the airbrush and all that. She's gorgeous. I'm just saying that because I'm sitting next to her. Okay, I'm telling the truth. But the other part is, how do you keep it, for all the years that you've been doing this, how do you keep it in perspective as to, doing all of these things and like when do you rest?
I do. You know, it was a hard task for me to learn how to rest because I'm one of those people, I'm just a natural born hustler. And I feel like if I'm not doing something, then I'm not doing nothing. And it's not, and I had to learn that doing nothing sometimes is good for you. Like resting is so crucial. I mean, these are my first gigs in 2 weeks. I took 2 weeks off prior to Christmas to, you know, get my, you know, life in order for the new year, but also to spend considerable amount of precious time with my little one, you know, and I didn't want to work over the holidays. I said, I'll work after the holidays. And I've learned now that sometimes, you know, when God doesn't have anything on your plate and it looks like, oh no, I'm not doing anything, that's him telling you to rest because what I'm about to bless you with, you ain't gonna get none. And looking at my schedule for January, trust and believe, I'm missing them 2 weeks I had off. But and I have to keep in mind that, you know, I'm all my son has. You know, I'm his mama, I'm his daddy, I'm his friend, I'm his teacher, I'm everything right now. So mommy's got to keep herself together mentally, emotionally, physically for him. You know, he's a great child. I couldn't be blessed with a more compassionate and understanding child. But at the same token, how many times can you tell your child I'm tired? You know, so I have to take that time for me, and I do. And I'll sacrifice a gig here and there to get that rest so that I can rejuvenate and be present for him.
All I want to say is incredible woman doing incredible things. And the reason why I wanted to drop those jewels to those up and coming people that are out there that are going forth and really wanting to know what this business is like. You do got to take time to rest. You got to make time for the people that matter and do great things in this world. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. I'm here with the one and only Coco Brown, and I want to say thank you.
Thank you, baby. Thanks for having me. And everybody have an amazing 2020.